I've been working to clear and to comb the backwoods behind our house, and part of doing that is pulling up some of the young trees. And I've learned that the pine trees are a lot easier to pull up than the oaks, that the oak trees seem to have in their root system a better footing. You know, if you look at this pine tree here, the root system is good. It's not as big as the oak trees, and the roots largely go straight down. So if you lift up and just pull up on the pine, it comes pretty easily. Whereas the oak tree here, its root system, is bigger, and the roots go really straight out, and they run kind of perpendicular to the ground. And so really even a small oak can be very hard to pull. I see an analogy there with Christians whose perhaps their root system is really largely about going to church or being part of the church service, which is a good root system. But I think that for believers who don't have roots that not only go down but also go out into prayer times at home and personal times of study and devotion, that those trees, those believers, so to speak, they're a lot easier to pull out of the ground and to get unrooted and disconnected. You know, I remember, we're going to work tomorrow morning, Sunday, to have what I'm calling a prayer streaming service, where we're going to meet together, not in the building and not online, but through the power of prayer. And I think it'll show for a lot of us whether or not we have that capacity, whether or not it's possible for us to get alone with the Lord and to hear Him and to be led by Him in prayer. I remember very well one of the very first times I felt that power of prayer. We went on vacations when I was a kid, and we always took our dog. But I remember we went somewhere. We were going to be going somewhere where we couldn't take our dog, and my parents were going to put our dog in a kennel. And I remember being overwhelmed with a sense of fear that the dog, like when we took the dog to the kennel, that the dog was going to believe that we were leaving the dog, just abandoning it. And it bothered me so much. It came out of nowhere. And I remember when we were in the car driving away from the kennel, praying and saying, God, I believe it's possible for you to speak to that dog, and please, Lord, just communicate to Fuzzy that we're not leaving her, but that we're going to come back and pick her up. And that somehow helped me. It blessed me. And from then on, I began to believe that God can accomplish things through prayer remotely, that where you don't necessarily have to be there. I want to read to you a passage of scripture from the book of Philippians. And in this letter, Paul's thanking believers for praying for him while he was in prison. And I just want you to pick up on something he says here. Philippians chapter 1, beginning in verse 3, he says, I thank my God in all my remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine, for you all making my prayer with joy, because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. And I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. It is right for me to feel this way about you all, because I hold you in my heart, for you are all partakers with me of grace, both in my imprisonment and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel. So I don't know if you caught that or not, but Paul's basically saying there that he, though being in prison, has had fellowship with these other believers through the power of prayer, that these people have actually been in prison with him, and he's felt their support, their encouragement, even their fellowship and friendship. It's amazing. And I know that while we're mandated and we have to be apart for a time here, I really believe it's possible. I know it's possible that through the power of prayer, we can all be together tomorrow. We can invoke God's presence, and the Lord Himself can lead us and communicate to us and move us along and accomplish things, not as well as being together in the sanctuary, but just as effectively. I'm confident of that. So I encourage us all to work toward that tomorrow, to try that, and to perhaps allow our root systems to get a little deeper and a little broader in the pursuit and understanding of our faith. I love you. God bless you. And looking forward again soon to being together. But I'm looking forward to being together in prayer tomorrow morning. God bless you.